Howdy everyone. So I'm sure we're going to get a lot more information as we get a little closer to the release of The Marvels. But just in case you're watching this video much further into the future and you have more information than I have right now, just a quick summary on where I stand in the timeline as of this moment. Right now it is mid-April. The movie has been delayed until November 10th, hopefully the last delay. But most importantly, we have just seen the very first trailer for The Marvels. Now I know this is not a lot to go off of, but right now the first trailer is the most important one out of all of them. It sets the groundwork for what we can expect from this movie, where we can expect them to be trying to go. What is it that they want us to see right off the bat? That's what we have to work with. And I personally can't help but marvel at the spectrum of possibilities that we see in this movie thus far. I know that I'm going to lose some viewers after that joke, but totally worth it because the people who stay, those are my people. I just regret I couldn't fit Embiggen in there somewhere. Judging by the reactions I'm seeing online to that first trailer, I feel like a lot of people have already made up their minds as to whether or not they're going to like this movie in either direction. And to me, I think that is a huge mistake. Because from what I can see, I feel like this movie has the potential to be one of the greatest Marvel movies to date. Or to completely fall on its face. I feel like it really comes down to the growth that they're able to show on the three lead characters. The three Marvels. Now first up we have Kamala Khan. And I have to be honest, I cannot imagine a world where I don't love watching her in this movie. She is the ultimate fangirl, and she's so much fun to watch, just how she gets excited about everything around her. She is the way that I expect I would be if I suddenly found myself with superpowers in a world full of superheroes. Just so excited to be there. Now this should really be the layup of the three. To get this character right, all they really need to do is continue on the progression that she started in Ms. Marvel. Kamala Khan is the young hero who just discovered her powers. And she's still figuring out what it means to have superpowers. Not only that, but this movie is going to be her first major interactions with other heroes, with these big name people that she has looked up to. And in particular, her all-time idol, Captain Marvel, is among that group. So all they really need to do here is let her continue on the trying to figure it out side of it. Let her be the way that the audience relates to this movie. Now, just because I can't imagine a world where I'm not loving watching her in this doesn't mean that world doesn't exist. A lot of times in movies, when a character gets to meet their idols, there's a couple of different ways that the movies tend to go. One possibility is that the idol is having some difficulty and this fan finds themselves in a position where they can help the idol see what they mean to the world and help them overcome their own challenges. And influencing the idol in the way the idol has influenced them. The other possibility is that there's a fall from grace. That they meet the idol and the idol does not live up to their expectations and they're forced to turn away and do things themselves. I really hope the movie does not go that direction. I don't see a way that they can make that work with Kamala still being as excited at everything as she is, and have Captain Marvel also be propped up as this hero, and kind of have them both come out of this looking great and doing great. I don't see the way that they can make that work if they try and force that conflict in there. So that to me is kind of the way that they can make that maybe not work quite as well. Hopefully they don't go that route. Time will tell.
Time will tell, it always does.
Now we also have Monica Rambeau, fresh off her acquisition of powers from WandaVision. And we really didn't get to see a lot of them in WandaVision. It was towards the end of the season that she acquired her abilities, and we saw bits and pieces of it, but really not a lot. She just got it, and then the season pretty much ended. So this is their chance to introduce this character and let us see the amazing character that she can be. Now, whether she goes by Spectrum or Photon or whichever title they decide to give her for this movie, she resembles, in the comics, her character resembles what we've seen of Captain Marvel in the MCU thus far, in a lot of ways. A lot of her abilities are very similar. She even actually went by Captain Marvel in the comics for a while. So there is definitely that connection there, and it'll be interesting to see what is different and what is the same in how they interact with with light and with their powers, and one can fly, can the other fly? Does she not know how? Is she able to develop that? How they end up going about developing her powers and bringing her into her own as a superhero as well. And we already know that there's some sort of beef between them. Monica Rambeau in WandaVision seemed like she did not want to talk about Carol Danvers. Like, that was a sore subject for her. Basically, there's so many questions that have come up with Monica Rambeau. And all they really need to do is follow these questions and give us a satisfying conclusion and answers to them while showing us this new, exciting hero.
I happen to be a hero.
Now, if they fail to answer those questions or kind of fudge their way through them and try and overlook them, it could end up being confusing. If they make the fight between Monica Rambeau and Carol Danvers too much of the film, yes, we like to see the occasional fight between heroes, but if that becomes the entirety of it, that'd be too much. We want to see them overcome it and hopefully become a team by the end of it, which, based on the trailers, I think they will. But that's really what they need in order to show Monica Rambeau coming into her own and also figuring out how to be a hero. And last, and possibly most importantly, we have Captain Marvel herself, Carol Danvers. Now, up until this point, we have seen her as this ultra-powerful being who can just fly around and take care of things herself. And she's really been more of a fight-on-your-own type of person rather than a team player. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, why put others in the way when she can just kind of blaze through a ship and destroy it all on her own? That said, she's not Marvel. She's Captain Marvel. And captains lead. Now, up until this point, we haven't seen a lot of leading out of her. She's more been an independent protector, flying around the galaxy, going where she's most needed, doing what she needs to do, and then taking off again. The thing is, the MCU has recently lost a captain already in Captain America, a leader in Iron Man, and then most recently, a king in T'Challa. The result being, the remaining heroes are kind of scattered about on their own without any real leadership at the top. The Avengers seem to be pretty much no more. S.H.I.E.L.D. is gone. We got S.W.O.R.D. forming, but they're not a hero group. What we need here with these heroes is someone to bring them together. And we have Captain Marvel, who is a captain. And if they don't use this movie as a chance to show her growing into that role, show her discovering that she does not need to do everything herself, nor should she try and do everything herself. If she comes into that role as a leader who can start bringing the heroes together and we can start seeing some more of that cohesion, I think that would be the best thing for Marvel, to start propping her up and let her be a leader of this next wave. That's my personal opinion on where I think she should be going. I feel like if they don't have this movie end with her in some sort of new position where she feels the need to start bringing heroes together, if they don't prop her into that leadership role, I think it would be a major missed opportunity. Now, all of that said, I'm personally optimistic. I like what I saw out of the trailer. And I think Marvel and the MCU has what it takes to land the ship on this film. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Are you excited for this movie? Do you think Carol Danvers has what it takes to be the next great Marvel leader? Do you think Monica Rambeau has what it takes to stand up there with Captain Marvel? And do you think Kamala Khan has what it takes to not fangirl throughout the entire movie? Let me know what you think. Also, if you had the chance to fly on a spaceship with an army of Flurkin, would you? I mean, personally, I think that's too big of a risk. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching.